Okay, is it working? Are we live? Can you guys hear us?
I
Because
don't
it's
see us
not
on the screen.
showing on the screen here.
That makes
Hold
me think
on
it's
one
not.
second. Let me, it had something on it. No, it's showing that I'm live. Let me back out of this real quick and
Or
come
maybe
back
see
in.
what people are saying.
Yeah. But nobody's saying anything. Let me go out and restart it and see if it's working.
Oh, there we are.
Okay, there we are. Okay, it like froze. Okay. Are we live, you guys? Can you hear us? Yeah, we're 5 by 5. Okay, good.
Looks like there's a big delay.
Yeah, there's a big delay from what I'm saying and the screen, so this is going to be a little weird, but it'll be okay. Okay. Hey, thank you guys for coming. Really
you.
appreciate it. It looks like this time we actually got the screen right and everything, so that's good. and we're 5 by 5, so yay on that.
Yeah. Learning as we go.
All right. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here. We've got Jim Shady White, Chaos Prepper, VR Lab Girl, Black Cat Whirligig, Teresa Buchanan. I'm having a hard time reading the screen. I need to get my eyes tested again. It's like I have to look way up to try to see
Where are your
it and
glasses?
everything. They're here, and I tried to use my glasses, and they weren't working very good. So we got Coffee First, then Speak, Misty, Never Look Back. I don't know who I'm missing. But thank you guys all for being here.
Oh, yeah. Coffee.
And coffee, yeah. Okay, first thing I know you guys are probably wondering about is about our water situation, what happened with that. Well, this Tuesday, a couple days ago, we actually, I was calling them up again, and I was just so irritated and so upset. So I called them up again. They came out here pretty quickly at that point, and they had 4 guys with them at that time. So they were actually starting to get some stuff done. It took them most of the day. The thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that I think they just cleaned out the stuff. Like they didn't flush it through or replace anything.
Well, I know he had a bucket, and I'm thinking maybe he did flush it through a little bit with each spigot.
Yeah, they said if there's a problem to give them a call back, like if it starts. Everything is fixed except for the toilet in our master bathroom. He said he would be back Saturday to do that because he's going to have to go through our half bath in the hallway, and we have a closet in there. He's going to actually have to break open that closet in order to get to the pipes and mess with that. So that's going to be a big thing for him to do and stuff.
What was the name of that internet company?
The internet was Takis.
I have to give Takis kudos. They never questioned that they wouldn't be liable for it, and the people from Takis kept calling us back lots.
Yeah, they were really
check
good.
On it, see how everything was going.
Even one of the supervisors from the Takis came over on Tuesday to make sure everything was going good. I broke down. I was a mess because I was just getting so sick and tired of it, and I just kind of started. I was just a mess and started crying, and I was like, "This is ridiculous." But he was very nice and helpful and everything. Gave me his personal cell number in case something happens or something like that.
I guess I was tainted. What word am I looking for? Dealing with the VA. I was expecting to be trouble, and things went smoothly as far as them.
Yeah, it just took a long time for them to get over here and get things taken care of. But I did realize, dealing with all this, that most people are not going to be used to not having water. It was a big pain in the butt. We use bottled water most of the time anyway, or we filter our water from the tap. But just not being able to flush your toilets, we had to go outside to the hot tub to get water.
Which is broken.
Because the hot tub's broken, so it's just got water in it, which is actually why we keep it in there, is for non-potable water.
Yeah.
If we run into that situation like this. So it's kind of a good thing that we did have that in there. Hey, Michael G. How you doing? Um, so, yeah, so that's it's pretty much all done. Just our toilet. It's a 2.5 bath. So I mean, we're good on that now. The main thing was the shower, the laundry, and then the kitchen sink. We had some horrible dishes were just stacked up. It was ridiculous, but they did fix all that. I just wish they would have done it sooner,
Yeah.
quicker, because 7 days for them to finally get their act together and get that many people. That's what they needed to begin with, was more people.
It's kind of funny. You had corporate, then you had a contractor, and that wouldn't work out too good. And then corporate sent out a different contractor to check on the work the first contractor was doing.
Yeah, so definitely, Takis was very good at getting that taken care of. They didn't question whether it was their fault or anything like that. I think all the plumbers and the people that came out knew what had happened.
I think it ended up, like I say, there was 2 separate contractors. It ended up both sets of people came out on the final day.
Yeah, so
It was full on support.
yeah, because I was getting so frustrated. But that's taken care of for the most part. Just got one more thing to do, but it'll be okay. Mary Miles, hey, good to see you, girl. Okay. Anyway, you want to talk about what the title of the video is?
Sure.
We got a few other things to talk about,
Oh, yeah.
but so President Biden, I put on the thumbnail in the title, the president, because like John says, he's not my president. He's not. I don't feel like he's our president actually, because he's not doing anything for us
Oh, yeah,
at all. I mean, President's Day. What did he do? He went to Ukraine.
He should have
to
gone
help
to
them.
Ohio.
Trump went to Ohio.
And I haven't been able to figure out how much he gave, but out of his own pocket, he gave water to the people.
Here,
Bottled water.
this is the only thing. I know there's some Trump fans, some Trump haters. My only thought behind this is maybe he wasn't doing it out of the goodness of his heart. Maybe he was doing it because it's for presidential.
Well, I think he did it out of the kindness of his heart. I've heard stories about some other things
Yeah,
he's done.
yeah.
But I also saw there's something called The Guardian. I was reading an article. I was trying to contact him and talk back to him, but they went full on, oh, he's just using it to promote himself. No, that's the Democrats' trick.
Well, I was gonna say that's what some of the Democrats do is they're trying to say, oh look at what we did. Kind of the same thing as with the balloon issues. My thought on this is the first balloon that went all the way across to the East Coast before they shot it down. People were so upset and were so infuriated by that I think one of these other balloons that went up and they shot it down right away, and they're like, look, see, we can do what you want. And I don't know if this is totally accurate or not, but I heard it was like a $12 balloon or something that was up there.
That's supposedly one of them. But
one of them was like a $12 balloon, and they shot it down with what, a $300,000 missile or something?
Like 200.
Yeah, something like that.
But
I
they
don't
missed
know.
the first shot on one of them.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
And that's only a balloon hobby people said it might be one of their balloons, but really never gotten a confirmation. We haven't gotten confirmation.
Michael G likes that hat.
Thank you. I like hats.
But yeah, I'm not even watching chat because, like I said, I'm having a hard time seeing it and stuff. So I've just been running my mouth, which is unbelievable because I was really nervous about this. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk or say anything, but better. Okay, go ahead.
Get back to the balloon. My dad was career Army. I grew up Army brat. I enlisted in the Air Force. I got out. I worked civilian contract. So from age 18 to 2020, I was in some way associated with the Department of Defense, Air Force, and the Army. Having a balloon go across our country, that's unheard of. And the fact that they allowed it to happen, why did they allow it? is somebody in somebody's pocket.
Well, they still haven't even collected everything from what they
it's
shot
also-
down either.
Yeah, it's, they're hiding something. They aren't telling us. We can't find the debris of those other three, and they're not telling us what they're finding.
Because the first one was shot down in like 50 feet of water.
Right.
So it's not that hard to dive down there and get,
Well, they said the debris field was really spread out, probably because the rocket hit the hardware and not the balloon. Which makes me think they wanted it to be blown up.
like they don't
so they
want
can hide
us to
evidence.
know what it really was or something. I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time nowadays. I mean, it's been for a while, but believing anything the government tells us anyway. It's just they hide too much stuff.
Right. And I've not been worried about China up to this point, but them doing that, I think things are accelerating faster than I thought they would. And like I say, they tracked it so they can find out information as it went across the country, and we jammed it. I think Secretary Blinken had a weak moment of truth, and he says, a reporter says, did you block the satellite, the balloon, so it couldn't send China the information? He says, yeah, we blocked it. Probably, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. That doesn't instill confidence in me.
No, and I don't know. Something's going on, and then they started saying that the balloons were UFOs. They were unidentified flying objects. They were cylindrical objects or whatever.
Tic-tac.
And is that just another misdirection or something to keep us from looking at it and figuring out what the truth is? They're trying to push aliens out there at you or something, so that way you look at this while we're doing this or something. I don't know. That's kind of what it seems like to me. I don't think it's like a distraction necessarily. Well, I guess it kind of could be a distraction. It's like it's what it's doing is trying to get you to look at this while they're doing something else that they don't want you to know about because they want you concentrated on what this is and what they're telling you and stuff. So I don't know.
And the I've been hearing that of course, you know, the Chinese.
Thank you, Michael G. He said he was loving our vibe. That's why this works out so good for us, is because we can kind of pull on what each other is saying and stuff, and it makes it a lot better, and we can have good conversations. We were doing this earlier today too. We were watching John Pepper Nation's chat and stuff, and we would just start talking about something and yelling off of each other and stuff, and we do it all the time, and it's great. All right.
Yeah. But like I say, the key points were Biden, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to me how he's worried about Ukraine, their free republic, their boundaries. It's,
Chaos Pepper said it's all smoke and mirrors.
Oh yeah, they're fighting for freedom, while Biden is here trying to take away our First and Second Amendment, trying to take away our freedom.
Oh, they're trying really hard at the Second Amendment too. They keep putting new things that you can't have and stuff. And even the First Amendment, like on YouTube, you can't even show now putting a mag into, you know, or putting on. You can't show screwing on silencers.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
Worst
ridiculous.
case scenario, you need the Second Amendment to protect the First Amendment.
Well, you need the Second Amendment to protect all the amendments, really,
True.
and stuff, and you know. So
Our founding fathers were brilliant. People say the Constitution is no longer relevant. I disagree wholeheartedly.
well, they keep trying to change it. That's what's going on, or just ignore it, or doesn't it seem like members of Congress and stuff don't even know what the amendments are? They don't know any of this stuff.
Because
It seems kind of.
so much stuff they want to do is against the Constitution.
Well, I think in order for you to be in Congress, you need to pass a test on the Constitution and different things like that to make sure that you actually know what you're trying to work for and to protect. I mean, that would be, to me, a good idea. Plus the fact that they should have term limits too. stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I
That's
agree
ridiculous.
with term limits, but the thing is, we don't really have to have term limits. Just don't reelect them.
The problem is that's not working though.
Yeah.
That's the big thing is because people like say like California, and I'm not dogging on California, but let's just say California, they're not liking what's going on over there. So what do? They move to Texas and then they keep doing the same stuff or voting for the same type of people.
Yeah.
They're not
Don't California my Texas.
a lot of times what it is people only do like what they're used to. If they're used to someone and they're like, well, he's not good, but this other person might be worse, or so then they just don't want to elect a new person. They want to keep with what they know.
Lesser of two evils. The devil I know is not as bad as the devil I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. So I don't know. What else did you want to talk
Well,
about?
I forgot something about the balloon. There was a squabble between Biden shoot it down, the Joint Chiefs of Staff said don't shoot it down. I don't know who's telling the truth, but wasn't General Milley the one that said he would supposedly warn China if we were about to attack them? And
It's possible. He's a traitor, so
to me, that's a traitorous act. No ands, ifs, or buts.
well, he should be held for treason. So should actually a lot of people. I don't know what all I can say on here without getting in trouble because I'm new with the YouTube thing, but
I know if I did something like that while I was active duty,
Hillary might be someone that should be held responsible for some things that she did.
oh yeah, the server in the bathroom or wherever it was.
Yeah. And then what's going on with Hunter Biden? Shouldn't he be getting...
Thanks for correction me.
I don't know. I guess
All
if
the way
you're
to
a
the top.
Democrat, the laws don't apply to you. So if you're a Democrat, well, good for you. You don't have to follow the same laws and rules that the Republicans do, I guess. Because, if that was Trump in there and his son had done some of that stuff, they would have been all over it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of ridiculous. But let's see, what else? Oh, we went to the range today. Went to an indoor range. It's been a while since we went. He had his carpal tunnel surgery, so he kind of tore it up too. But yeah, so we haven't gone in quite a few months and stuff. So that was a load of fun though. Being there.
And it's the first time I think it's probably 25 yards.
Yeah.
I actually, first time I tried, I put it out to 25 yard and for a silhouette, and they were all in center of mass. So I was pleased with my.
Yeah, I don't think I've shot my pistol in like 5 or 6 months. It's been a while. We've just had a lot of stuff going on and haven't, with his surgeries and things like that, so we haven't gone. And I was actually pretty surprised that
You were spot on.
The first few were learning again back to it, but then once I did that, it was pretty good. But it kind of does show you that you really need to be going out and practicing like at least once a month, if not more than that, because it's easy to just kind of forget and have to get retrained a little bit on it and stuff like that.
And
But
she has her 9mm because she likes having more rounds, and I've got my 1911 45.
yeah.
But I've got my eye on a double stack one, but just right now I can't do with the $600
Yeah, expensive.
or the $1,000 one, the match grade one.
Yeah. Also, I think next week we're gonna try doing because speaking of saving some money and stuff, we're gonna do a pantry challenge. I don't know how many weeks exactly we're gonna do it. I'll probably film it and stuff and put it up for a video. We're gonna just use stuff that we have in the house, stuff that we have stocked up and different things, and to make different meals with some of the stuff that we have. Try to save up some money from going to the store and stuff, and then also eat up some of the stuff that we have and just go through it all. Because I also need to really organize all my preps, because lately I've just been getting stuff and just throwing the bags. We have a separate bedroom that we put all of our preps in and stuff.
We're working on our credit score, almost there. We want to buy some house with land, and we probably need to start packing.
Yeah, so we need to start going through some stuff so we don't have as much to take, and then we'll just get more later and stuff. But I think we have quite a bit of stuff up there, and like right now I've just got like grocery bags. I'd come back from the grocery store and just put up the whole bag upstairs and stuff. So
Well, you buy a can of soup, buy two, put one back.
and yeah, so we've just accumulated a lot. But we also are trying to move because this area is just not good for us. It's not good for preppers. We don't have any land or anything. It's too close to Houston. Also,
And
the traffic, the siren, it's just not good. What were we gonna say?
brain fart, where they turn oil into gas.
Oil field, petroleum. What?
Never-
I don't know
It'll
what
come
you're
to me.
trying to say.
People out there probably know what I'm talking. Oh, refinery.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got those refineries down south, which they need to build more. That would be a prime target from bad guys.
Well, I think just being down by Houston would be a prime target too and stuff. So that's why we just want to find a place with land. I'd love to stay in Texas, but I don't know for sure if we're going to. I don't know if we're going to stay in Texas or if we're going to move to Tennessee or Alabama, some of those different
Yeah.
places.
I'm looking at all states that border Tennessee, but everything I've been looking at, like homestead, taxes, taxing Social Security, stuff like that, it comes down to Florida, Texas, or Tennessee. And, it's not every house that it'll be like this, but I just recently discovered that the property tax
Michael G said, "Come to Kentucky."
actually, I have been thinking about Kentucky because I was born there. Fort Knox, Kentucky. But the property tax in Texas is way high.
That's one of the problems. And land and finding a decent house with some acreage in Texas is proving to be very difficult.
I forget all the other numbers, but like the property tax in Texas compared to Tennessee, whatever it costs in Tennessee, multiply that 2.5 times. That's how much it costs in Texas for the property tax. I think Kentucky's one of them that are smaller too.
Yeah, we just need to win the lottery so we can buy a big old beavering compound and just have everybody
buy
come
some
out there.
acres,
We'll get
part-
like
part in
100
Kentucky and part
acres
in
or
Tennessee.
something. Yeah, and do something like that. Just say, come on over, beaverings. We got plenty of land and stuff.
Well, I haven't been back since I was born there, but I've always thought, I'd kind of like to go see where I was born.
Do not come to Colorado.
Yeah. One thing, it's too cold.
Yeah, we're not looking at anything. I mean, like honestly, Alaska or Montana would be really beautiful and would love it, but just too cold and too much snow, and
Well,
I'm
plus
just
you
not.
Everything's got to come in by plane or boat.
Yeah, it's too expensive in Alaska. That's for dang sure. But
I mean, everybody says it's a hunter and fisherman's paradise, but yeah.
it would be great, but it's just. Yeah, it'd be too expensive in the cold. I mean, if we won the lottery, then we'd probably have the money to do that. But
And
I just don't know.
I've been looking at the Ozarks in Arkansas.
I heard that that's getting really populated, though. A lot of people are moving over there.
And Pastor Joe says the price of property land
It's
is
going up. Yeah, because everybody's wanting to move over there and stuff. Yeah, he's done a good job of letting people know to move out there. Pastor Joe Fox, he's here on YouTube. Viking Preparedness. If you don't know him, go ahead and check him out. He's pretty cool. So.
You'll like him.
He actually doesn't. I don't think he does a whole lot on YouTube anymore. I think he does it on
I haven't seen him around.
Patreon or Rumble, but he still does a little bit over here.
Yeah.
But I think the censorship got to him or something, so he's not doing much over here.
He doesn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Same as Bear Independent.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything negative about any creators, so I won't say anything. I mean, I do like the fact the way that Bear tells it like it is and doesn't, hide anything or try to sugarcoat it. But there's a couple of things that I'm not super fond of, but everybody's got
I don't like
something
everything he
good.
does, but I still like. He seems to know what he's doing.
And then Well, oh, Heavy Duty Country.
Yeah.
I like him. He's really cool. So
Yeah, very much so.
yeah.
And then Demolition Ranch.
Yeah, Chaos Pepper said the properties in the Ozarks are going sky high.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, Michael G said he knows some cheap property in Kentucky. Come on up.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Is
you've
it
got
East or West Kentucky?
yeah. Where would you rather go?
I would rather East,
East.
closer to the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, you've got my email, Michael G. So email me some listings or something like that, and I'll check them out. That's for sure. Because we are looking, and property right now is just ridiculous
Yeah,
for acreage. It's really
We
high.
we would like to get 5 acres. We'd like to have
At
water-
least 5 acres.
Yeah, a well, a river, a creek.
And unfortunately for our amount that we can, like our price point, getting all of that stuff is just not going to be feasible. But I definitely would like something that does have like fencing already and maybe chicken coops
Chicken
and
coops,
stuff,
yeah.
because then that will help cut down on things that we have to do and more
Yeah.
expense, especially fencing, because that's pretty pricey right now, the price of lumber and stuff. So.
I can save some money and build it myself instead of buy pre-made panels.
Right, it's still going to cost a little more than it did like a year or two
Yeah.
ago, but yeah.
They say that housing is a bubble is about to burst, but I don't know if it's going to happen fast enough. We're running out of time.
Yeah, speaking of time, I feel like, I mean, I don't know how many people in here are religious or anything like that, but I do definitely feel like we are closing in on end times and stuff. I feel like we are just watching the Bible just unfold right before our eyes.
And even if you don't know, if you don't think that way, this next presidential election, I think no matter who wins, there's going to be violence.
Yeah, things are just getting out of hand everywhere. I mean, it's heated everywhere. Every country is fighting with each other. People inside the country are fighting with each
Yep.
other. I mean, that's all that's going on right now. And that's wars and rumors of wars is in the Bible, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So, and
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to cover at least 2 more things.
Okay, go ahead.
Go back to Ohio.
Oh,
You know, they've been beating the drum over and over and over. Global warming. Someone even said global warming is the worst threat. This bill in Ohio, they're trying to ignore it. Sweep it under the carpet. Well, what's up with that? The same people that said, has beat us in the head about global warming don't want to talk about it.
well, yeah, and they're not doing anything for the people of Ohio, and they're telling them that everything is fine when it's not. They're bad chemicals getting out everywhere and stuff, and that's why, like, Trump went there to try to help, and like you said, was giving water and things like that and stuff, because they're telling the people, go ahead and drink the water and take a shower, and people are taking showers and actually burning and having, you know, problems with just from showering. So could you imagine what it's doing to you if you were to drink it and stuff? It's
Well,
crazy.
I understand that they've tested for some different chemicals, but they didn't test for one of the chemicals that is present, but they're trying to ignore that.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Well, it seems like stuff like this is happening a lot lately, though, too. Another thing is, where was it that had that earthquake?
Turkey.
Turkey, they had another one shortly after that first one, too, and stuff. And that's also biblical, too. It's about earthquakes and stuff.
Yeah, and that was kind of freaky to me. It was at Adana, Turkey. And when I was TDY to Incirlik, Turkey, I had been in that city before a few times. I was looking at that and going, wow.
We are our own worst enemy. Yes, that's very true.
The only way to defeat America is from within. Although, with our open border to the south, I think we've already got sleeper cells in the United States.
Well, that's another thing too about where is Biden at, is he hasn't even been to the border. he doesn't realize how bad it is down there. People
Or
are,
care.
or he doesn't care. I don't know which it is. I don't know if the people that run him, that run the show, are not telling him stuff, or he just doesn't care, or they don't care. Something seems like nobody really cares about it, and we're having to do all that. Like our governor, Abbott, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was confused for a minute. Yeah, he's the one that's having to go down there, and he's been putting up a lot of money from Texas and stuff
Well, wasn't
ourselves
it-
because the federal government won't help and do anything
wasn't
for it.
Arizona's governor was putting container boxes on the border, and Biden's federal government sued him, made him take them away.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when you don't have a leader that actually wants to protect us and take care of us first. You know, instead he wants to go to take. He's got China in his pocket. He's got Ukraine over there going and seeing him, giving them tons and tons of money. While we've got veterans that are homeless, that are sleeping outside and not being taken care of and stuff. It's just completely ridiculous. And that's probably why I honestly feel like they might have to do a draft, because they're not going to get enough people willingly to go and fight.
That comes to something else I was wanting to talk about, is the military's inability to meet their quotas for soldiers. I think, what was it they were trying to blame it on? Well, I know some people said it's the woke military, which that is a thing, and it does have an effect
Well,
on it.
yeah, they've had commercials and stuff that are like geared towards like little girls. They've had some weird commercials and some woke type stuff going on lately, trying to get a different crowd, I guess.
Yeah.
The problem is
But the
you
kind
don't
that
really
people-
want those people fighting for you anyway. They're not going to make it very long, you know.
Well, and it's plus how many soldiers were kicked out because they wouldn't take the jab? Experienced soldiers. The government spent a lot of money training those soldiers. And to me, more than the woke.
I think now you don't have to, but they're not taking back
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that they
But,
did.
yeah, the ones they
so
kicked out,
it's
they're not-
ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
My opinion, it's not the wokeism. It's that the VA. I'm a 80% service-connected disabled veteran, and I've had to fight VA tooth and nail for years to get that rating. They have an unwritten policy: deny, delay, hope you die. You see Vietnam veterans, Agent Orange, after almost all of them were dead, they said, "Oh yeah, Agent Orange, that's bad. You're right."
Well,
And
same with that Camp Lejeune thing. Like
Yeah.
they didn't even do that for a while either. Just now, recently, and that was so much longer ago and stuff.
Oh, and the burn pits in Afghanistan, Iraq.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think it's like, and then also people see the homeless vets on the side, you know,
Yeah,
and they
homeless vets.
realize that, you know, why would I want to be in the military if I'm going to wind up like that? Because the VA doesn't pay them enough or take care of them enough in order to do, you know.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how much the pay is now, but I know when I was 1978, when I was stationed at Reese Air Force Base in Lubbock, Texas, I had a friend that was a buck sergeant, NCO, non-commissioned officer, had 2 kids. He made such little money he qualified for food stamps.
That's ridiculous because it's hard to qualify for food stamps too. And I mean, you have to be making really, really low, so that's not good.
Well, so, well, yeah, you got, and then, you know, they do have stuff like, I lived in the barracks for free, I ate in a chow hall for free, and then I went overseas and they have what they call overseas pay, where you get paid more money. I was stationed at RAF Lakenheath, I didn't get overseas pay. People in Hawaii got overseas pay because they base it on if the native language is not English.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And I think maybe some of the veterans, they've come back home they're talking to their friends, and they're telling them how the VA screwed them over. And these people are going, really? I don't want to go in then.
Yeah, I really think that the draft is a possibility just because we just don't have enough people that are willing to fight for the country anymore like that, because being in the woke mob and just everything else, people just don't want to. They don't have the same love of the country anymore because the country is falling so far apart, and even the president doesn't care about the country. So, you know.
Well, conspiracy theory here. 1940, there were people that did not, Americans that did not want to join. And into 1941, the World War II said, it's not our war. We don't need to go over there. Then Pearl Harbor happened.
And it's a big possibility that something like that will happen again, so that the people will be on board with it. Because if you have too many people that aren't on board and out protesting or whatever, it's not going to go good for them. So they want to, and I feel like they knew about Pearl Harbor ahead of time and let it happen, just so that they would get us involved. And
kind of funny, no aircraft carriers in Pearl when it happened.
they knew they got them all out of there. Yeah. All right. Anything else, or you want to call it a night?
Let's see. I think I covered everything.
Okay. Yeah, we did talk for a little while today too. I was afraid of that we wouldn't be able to talk very long. All right then, you guys. I guess that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for being here so much and everything. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Prepper Nations in the morning then, because tomorrow's Friday, right? Yes. Okay.
And we're prepping artists. You see some of our artwork. I'm going to change out the artwork periodically as we make videos, so you can see everything we've done.
Yeah, we have a lot of different artwork. Some of it's his, some of it's mine. All the ones over there, except for the little wave with the white and blue, that one's mine, but all the rest of them are his over here.
Next time we'll put more of yours up.
No, it's fine. You're a much better artist than I am.
Not better, just different.
Yeah, we have two totally different styles, so, but it's cool.
Yep.
All right, so we done?
Yep.
All right, so thank you so much for being here again, you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.